Hello and welcome to the TMC Newsroom. My name is Rich Tehrani. Thanks for watching today. We're in San Jose this week, and on our program is Zak Wood, and he is the Director of Global Marketing at TRENDnet. Hello, Zak.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Likewise, thank you for being here. I figured we'd start off with the basics, and you could tell me a little bit about TRENDnet.
Okay. Well, TRENDnet is a California company. We were founded in Torrance, just outside of Los Angeles in 1990, so that's 20 years ago. We have a broad product portfolio of over 300 networking hardware products, both consumer and enterprise products. And we sell into over 130 countries, so we're basically in almost every country. We've been around for 20 years. We started a little bit slower than the other SMB brands, networking hardware brands, but over the last 5 years we've seen tremendous growth in North America. So you can find us at all of the online sites, Amazon, Buy.com, Newegg, etc., and a fair amount of retail locations as well. Some of our product categories include wireless, IP camera, switch, power over Ethernet, fiber, and then there's a whole slew of other products as well.
And your company's seen probably unbelievable competitive changes just in the landscape. 3Com was an 800-pound gorilla just, I guess, up into the mid-90s.
That's correct, and we've seen so many changes. So in the networking hardware industry, there are actually 20 brands out there, and there's a few that are much more well-known than others. And we used to be part of the bottom 20, actually, and we've seen tremendous growth in brand awareness over the last few years. And at the same time, you've seen companies like 3Com and other smaller companies kind of fall on the wayside. So it's a tough industry. The landscape changes. You can see the changes almost daily, and we're glad to be part of the mix. We're glad to be one of the brands that was still strong growth.
Sure, and I'm seeing, congratulations, I'm seeing your brand more and more internationally and domestically. I mean, it's impressive what your company's done over the last couple decades.
Yeah, the strongest categories are really still more the consumer SMB side is the wireless. So we do very well in wireless. We're launching a lot of new products, and we're first to market ahead of most other brands in several products. For example, we just launched 2 weeks ago the first ever 450 megabit per second wireless and router. So all of the routers on the market today are 300 megabit per second. And 5 years ago, we used to be more of a fast follower company. Other brands would come out with a new product, we'd be maybe 2 or 3 months late, and we really changed our strategy. And we said, hey, we can be first to market, and over the last 2 or 3 years, we've really proven it, and people are starting to take notice.
Congratulations, and that could be quite a useful product to have when you consider how many of today's TVs have Wi-Fi cards and adapters, and how many of them are able to stream from a local computer.
Yeah, media convergence, it's one of the largest drivers for networking folks. So people expect video. They want video on their cell phones, they want video at home, they want to go online. And 5 years ago, there was no video, but now people have that expectation.
Or it was really slow, right? Or the networks just couldn't handle it. But now it's everywhere, like you said.
And it's being produced, and it's being expected. People prefer consuming or prefer experiencing the video side, and that has broad implications. I'm sure many other brands that have come in here have talked about how that's affected them. But since we have such a wide product portfolio, on our switching side, for example, you see so many projects where the back-end switching needs to be upgraded because of the convergence of media. On the wireless side as well, people want to experience this wirelessly. 802.11n was recently ratified. It was ratified about a year ago. Consumer adoption of wireless N has been very strong, but since ratification, on the enterprise side, we've seen strong ratification as well. For our fiber products as well. So across the whole spectrum of our products, we're seeing the implication of the convergence of media and rich media content.
Now, you're a player in the IP security space, as we just mentioned, and I know that security cameras are evolving rather quickly to IP. In truth, they lag behind voice over IP and some of the other technologies that migrated to IP, but it seems in the last couple of years especially that security cameras over IP networks has become a booming market. And I'm curious, you've got new products there. To tell us about that market.
Yeah, TRENDnet was actually one of the first players in that market. So we launched our first IP camera 7 years ago, way before other brands came into that market.
Congratulations. That is a pretty early step in that market.
Yeah, and currently we have 20 IP camera products in our product portfolio, so we have a large number of products. But I guess on the bigger picture, traditionally there were closed-circuit television brands they've been around for a long time. And then the networking folks like us said, hey, wait a minute, we can make a security camera with integrated IP functionality that offers a lot more benefits, and we can do it a lot cheaper. And when TRENDnet first launched products, there was more of a quality gap between our products and the more expensive traditional brands out there. But over the last 5 years, there have been tremendous increase in quality. So now it's very hard to tell the difference in quality between, say, an IP camera and a non-IP camera. And then the price difference there's still a significant price difference. So those are some of the drivers, the increase in quality. So it proposes there's quite a brand, a value proposition to many customers.
So Zach, I'm noticing a trend in a lot of the competitive set that companies that were focusing on the consumer a few years ago are now focusing on the small to medium business, and they're going up to the mid-market and even higher. Is that something that your company has been doing a lot of as well?
We've actually been bucking the trend a little bit. We're a pure play SMB and consumer company, and over the last 3 years we have had a slightly stronger focus on the consumer side. However, with that said as well, you touched on the IP cameras, and that actually has been one of our strongest growing categories.
Good.
So I guess in truth we have even focus both on consumer and SMB products.
Well, thanks for spending some time on our program today and sharing your insights in the market and telling us what your company's up to. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.